Okay, listen up. This could actually change the whole trajectory of your life, right? So I just thought of the idea and the analogy while I was having a shower, and I just got it summarized and concisely said using GPT. So I'm reading it, right? Just so I don't, waste a lot of time. Why you need a split personality to truly understand life. I don't mean an actual mental disorder. I mean something far more dangerous and far more powerful. You need two fully formed perspectives living in your head at the same time. Most people only see the world through one identity, one belief system, one set of values, one emotional lens. And that's exactly why they never truly understand anything. Real understanding doesn't come from choosing a side. It comes from being able to step out yourself and see a reality through an entirely different internal framework. Imagine two massive jigsaw puzzles in front of you. Same design, same image, but different color grading, different contrast, different emphasis. You look at one and think this is beautiful. You look at the other and think this is ugly. But the only reason you think that is because you're seeing both through the same pair of eyes. Now imagine this. You temporarily adopt a second internal perspective, a different belief system, different values, different emotional responses. Suddenly, the ugly puzzle starts to make sense, not because you agree with it, but because you understand why it looks beautiful to someone else. Here's where most people get it wrong. The goal is not to choose between the two puzzles. The goal is to extract the best pieces from both and recombine them into something more complete than either one alone. That's what real wisdom looks like. Not loyalty to one identity, but the ability to move between identities without losing yourself. Think about how you teach a child colors. You don't say this color is bad, or you don't just teach them in the first place. You teach all the colors and let the understanding come later. Even if certain colors are associated with ideas you disagree with, for example the rainbow flag, you don't erase the color itself. Because removing knowledge doesn't protect someone, it just limits their perception. This isn't about being confused, it's about being non-biased enough to see clearly. Most people call this open-mindedness, but that word is too weak. This is identity flexibility, the ability to temporarily become someone else internally without becoming lost. If you only have one internal voice, you don't have conviction, you have conditioning. But if you can hold two opposing perspectives at once, analyze both honestly, and consciously build your own framework from the best parts, that's not disorder, that's intelligence. So yes, this is the idea I came up with, or the analogy and just the whole concept while I was showering. And AI explained this shit much better than I ever could, in terms of with limited time, obviously. So this is an analogy, right? So each, you could say, jigsaw puzzle in that analogy can represent anything. For example, diets, right? It could be vegan and carnivore, or, well, that's debatable when it comes to health, when it comes to those two at least. Or religion, right? Two different religions. Politics, two different politics. Pretty much anything you could think of, right? It's just an analogy of, you could say, a belief or a perception on something. More so like each jigsaw puzzle is pretty much a paradigm of itself, right? So you have to be able to disassociate with your first identity, hence the split personality. You have to disassociate with the first one so you can fully understand the opposing viewpoint properly without biases, and then after that you combine those two personalities, you could see as, like I said, split personalities, and then you try to see the right from wrong or what makes more sense. You pretty much just combine them into one point of view where it just makes the whole sense compared to just looking at it from one. It's just a bit. This is why I use GPT. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Take care.